Every day wake up before the dawn, trading the stocks instead of cooking on the raven flies, searching for success. No apron, just a new kind of stress. Chasing dreams in the city lights gleam. Numbers and charts is the new regime.
Hello and good morning, everybody. So, this is a quick market analysis. I'm looking quickly at gold, Bitcoin, Solana, Danish Novo Nordisk, German DAX index, NAS 100 index, Tesla, Nvidia, and Palantir. For gold, I've been looking for a while at this range. Which is basically we had a long consolidating section here. We moved up and made an all-time high. We went down. I have been calling, and our 50 EMA shows that it's flat, that we're going to have a prolonged consolidation here. Our I can't remember the name right now, but this range volume shows our value area low, our point of control, and our value area high. We can pull it a little different, and we're going to get slightly different range up here. But it doesn't carry too much effect if we go the one or the other section. But we have a defined range here on the daily. I consider this a bigger Rykov pattern being established, and I will see us being within these areas for a prolonged time. But price action today and during the night and this morning has pushed up and challenged the top of the value area high and our previous rejection points. As I see it, if we drop it down to 4 hour, our RSI is sitting high. Our different stochastic, this is my own quad rotation stochastic oscillator, which is basically 4 different lengths of stochastics. But the slowest one, being the one that changes color, is sitting high and has flipped bearish. It tells me that we are most likely looking at a retest of at least point of control. I would expect even the value area low. But in case we reject or break through as we can see over here, we have a little bit of a range up here, a small pattern from where we had the all-time high. We have some bottoms here, and those bottoms pretty much align with the rejection points up here. So we can put a horizontal line here. Now, I would like to put it at the very top of these levels, but essentially we have a zone between these two levels. If we get a clear break above this zone, then we should be looking at areas of interest around the all-time high. One area in particular I would pay attention to is that we have a breakaway fair value gap here. If that area is being invalidated, well, that means that all of the distribution that has happened up here, I would essentially say if we break this area, then all of the accumulation to this or distribution from here will be invalidated, and we should be looking at this area. If we break above this area, there's nothing to stop us from all-time highs. So for me right now, the likely scenario is that we are going to retest this area around 2650. This is not something that happens over a few hours, but more like over the next week or so. And I would actually like to see this happen. First of all, that's a good accumulation zone for a new position on gold. But my general theory right now is that we have a lot of money being positioned inside gold. A drop would mean that people are turning their gold positions into cash positions, and that is most likely to invest it in other markets like the big indexes and tech stocks. We have an area here around the previous week high, which could offer us some support in this section. So if we are flipping bullish, it will most likely happen either from where we are right now or as low as 2692. Can even be a sweep of this if we are in that area, but any significant break below this point will confirm that we are looking at this area. This could be the significant area at 2658, 59, but in that case, I cannot see us coming that close to the point of control without testing it. Break below point of control will naturally mean that we retest the value area low. So not too much to trade on gold for me right now. It is too undecided. Fast stochastics telling us we're going down. We are not pushing up. We are setting lower highs on the RSI. We have not retested the 50. This is undecided. It looks like it wants to go lower, but it can still turn around from here. Nothing of interest for me. Just, I was earlier today, I was trading this little range because I saw that as a support and a potential bounce area. But when we broke below that, I was done. And I lost a bit of money trying to position myself. And the theory was that if we get in a position here and we broke the previous day high, well, we would be looking at 2770. So that was a low risk, high reward scenario, but that is invalidated now. The 1 hour 50 EMA is carrying support now, so we still have the option that this is where we rest and we bounce from here when we come to the New York session. I don't think so, and I would not like to see it because that would generally mean that other markets are likely to crash. For Bitcoin, so on a daily chart, we've had our 8-month accumulation. We broke up, set a new all-time high. This looks a little bit like gold was doing here with an all-time high with a little bit of a distribution range, and now setting a longer accumulation from a Vikov schematics. I was playing with the same kind of theory around here, and we have been playing around with different areas. On a daily, our RSI is in the bullish control zone. We have touched the bottom of the bullish control zone, and we have bounced off areas of significant interest. Now we are really at a deciding point because it's pretty much doing the same thing as gold. We are setting a range, and if this is a Vikov pattern, we had a buying climax here. We had a sell-off. We are accumulating. this could be a strength and this be an automatic rally. But nothing is really decided until we break clear. I really don't want to be a part of Bitcoin until we are above 104. That's really where I get my confirmation for a bullish case. Naturally, the low entries in the lower part of the range offers a beautiful opportunity, and I showed you guys a little bit the options of getting in on this with OBV and riding this to the top of the range. Now we're at the top of the range. I am inclined that we should get a small rejection. What I really want to see to become bullish without breaking the top here is to set a higher low. I don't really want to spend too much time looking at where that lower or that higher low should be in detail, but anything essentially in the 95, 99 range could be of interest. If we get a hard push down and we get a little bit of an accumulation range, something that looks like this in this area, then on higher time frames, then that's gonna look bullish to me, and that would tell me that this was the ultimate bottom for this range. I work from the assumption that this is the ultimate bottom of this range, but trading anything here until breakout higher levels are confirmed, not me. So this is the area to break. If we break that area, it also goes with our breakaway gap down here. That is going to confirm that we are looking for higher. But that little bit, no way. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, we are sitting high on the RSI. All of the stochastics are sitting high. I mean, this either needs to pop and explode, or we're gonna look for lower levels. Yeah, I'm not a player at this level. A retest of this level would be beautiful. Like if we get a rejection in this area and come down here, I would be looking for entries. I would be looking for very low stochastics, and in the case of my quad rotation, I would be liking that all four bands are going below the 20 line. And we had it a little bit here. I would like to see something like this over here, and with a price around 97, 96,000. That would be a beautiful entry that I would expect we could carry until around $118,000 mark. So a complete reset of stochastics, a bounce off the 50 on the 1 hour or 4 hour while being in that price range, that's going to tell me that we're going to have a very, very strong momentum to the upside. For Solana, oh my god, she's a bitch. There is like apparently no limit to how low this bitch can go. Absolutely no standards. But as low as she can go, as hot and bothered she can be, she looks very, very strong in this momentum. My quad rotation stochastic on the daily is flipping bullish from a low level on the slow one, and the fast one is carrying a high level of momentum. The RSI has broken through the 50 line and is pushing to flip bullish, flip into the bullish control zone. It looks very, very interesting. We are coming to the same kind of rejection levels as we see a little bit on Bitcoin, but the momentum looks super, super strong. If we flip it down to the 4 hour, stochastics are looking a little bit on the heavy side or on the high side. We have had the stochastic, not the stochastic, the RSI in the momentum, but it has not flipped into the super strong momentum zone. Remember, I don't call this oversold or overbought. This is really where the momentum, RSI is a momentum indicator. This is where the momentum gets stronger and it's going to push. So I really want to see the RSI flip into this area. If the RSI goes into this area while we break this top over here, these are also the order blocks, the volumetric order blocks from Luxargo sitting here. So we use this buy to sell to push down and have the zone that that came to a conclusion here, and we pushed down. We put the same low as we did on Bitcoin. Now we are challenging this, so we can either set a new lower high here and a new order block, and we can push down for more accumulation. I think that's unlikely, but we can. Again, this area would be of super interest if that happens. But right now, it looks like we might break this order block and create a new breaker block. Then we can be caught between this new breaker and this order block for a while. If we break through this, well, this would be a very, very bullish indicator. And so far, whenever Solana has broken out first and started pulling, it has been pulling the entire market, and Bitcoin would follow soon after. So if I put this, then Solana breaking 229, let's call it 230 for to make it nicer. So if you see Solana closing a 4-hour candle body above 230, it's time to think about longing Bitcoin. That means we're looking at all-time high, in my opinion. So that was quickly the anti-dollar markets, the crypto, the gold. Of course, if we see this kind of thing going on Solana, Bitcoin stays laggard. That means that we're probably going to see a quick small altcoin season, and that could very easily, we could get this break today, Bitcoin lagging, American markets being closed on Monday for inauguration of Donald Trump. This would very likely cause altcoins to pump like crazy over the weekend, and that's something to look for, especially Sunday afternoon, like from 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock Danish time on Sunday. We will be able to see some altcoins pump like crazy if we have a Bitcoin sitting around $102,000, $103,000, Solana above 230. That's like a green light. It's going to be flying. The Danish pride, major contributor to the Danish GDP, Novo Nordisk, also making everybody in Hollywood look young. So it had a climax back in the summer. I spent a lot of time scalping it, buying in these ranges and selling in these ranges through the month of August. I did that about 4 times. It's been pushed down. and lately it's been manipulated to the lows. I believe we have like an ultimate low here, um, from 20th December, uh, where a market responded irrationally to some research results from them. I have some. I have a little bit of insider knowledge. I have a family member working for them and is helping to get things approved at the FDA in USA. Whenever he travels a lot to the USA, something interesting is about to happen. Like he's been traveling a lot to the USA lately. So I believe we're finding a bottom and that this manipulation is exactly that. That's a manipulation for accumulation. Uh, RSI is looking super dirty, super low. So stochastics are collecting on the very high time frames, all of them sitting low. If we drop down to 4 hour, we are still in a little bit of a bearish trend, but we are sitting low and we are being squeezed. Now, we could we are sitting, if we are looking on I'll take it back to the daily. I'll take a new Fibonacci. We have revisited the golden pocket. This is the ultimate low. I don't think we'll go down there, and we can discuss where I pulled it from, if I should in reality pull it from here. That gives us a very close touch. I believe I really don't see us going below this point we have over here. Um, so I see for a long hold that we have an absolutely amazing opportunity for accumulating, but this is not short-term tradable, and I would watch it, but this can very very quickly return and push towards the all-time highs based on news. Um, Looking at DAX on a daily, we are pushing into the extreme bullish zone on the RSI. It's pushing like an absolutely madman here. The stochastics are sitting high. The slow stochastic is sitting high, but it still has room to go. It's still bullish. It's still looking upwards. I was with members of the group talking about how we had this liquidity area over here. We from this top had breakaway gaps that we wicked over here, and it was a matter of time before we were taking all-time highs. We have taken all-time highs. We are pushing. I really like this is textbook. If we're looking at the Fibonacci, if we take the trend-based Fibonacci extension, we had a solid bottom here. We had an extension. We had a retrace, and now we have an expanding leg. So we have the 21,000 level, which is also a psychological level. That's a no-brainer. I'm expecting that very, very soon, potentially even today with the kind of momentum we had. But that will depend on the American market later today. In extension, I really, when we are taking those bigger moves, I'd like to look at the 1618. So let me pull a line up here. This could be my target for the coming weeks. The 21,000 being the tell sign if we're going further. At the between this level and this level, we could very easily find consolidation. So to tidy up the chart, when we're looking at the daily, if we have a clean breakthrough and we retest the 21,000 for further extension, that's gonna look super, super bullish to me. On the 4 hour, same thing goes. So we have a little bit of my older drawings of the same levels I was looking at, but we are now in price discovery. The stochastic is starting to flip a little bit bearish on the slower ones, but the fast ones have reset at 50 and is pushing upwards. We have time to continue. The RSI has broken into the super bullish zone. We are good to continue. We're not going to continue forever, but we are good to continue. On the 1 hour, well, looking like a little bit of a retracement, which is natural. We are in a premium zone. I don't expect us coming back into this area. A retest of previous day high for continuation could be on the cards. That would probably give us a nice reset of the RSI, even a potential bounce off the 50. Something like this. If that happens, then that is going to give us a hidden bullish divergence here with something like this. So if RSI comes back to 50 or close to, while price remains above previous day high level here, well, then that's a very, very extremely bullish confirmation on the momentum in the market. That will be a blow off. Then, and that very, very much fits my general bias of markets. I believe we are going to see an influx of liquidity to all markets like never seen before, and a very positive sentiment around the first couple of months with Donald Trump in power. Yeah, so this is my short-term view on DAX carrying into next week. I mean, this is full-on expansion. I'm all in on that. For NASDAQ, on a daily, we had an all-time high. We had a retracement in December, markets being liquidated. We had a discussion in the Telegram group earlier today that was super interesting. I am very, very bullish on NASDAQ. First of all, we are getting a new president that's considered great for the markets. I see a lot of optimism. The bearish sentiment that's been, if we're looking at the macro, new money coming into the market in the beginning of the year, new liquidity, stuff like this, there's no reason we should go down except to get a good entry. if we look at the previous structure, well, we have an order block here. We have beautifully retested that order block with long wicks, clear rejection. The 3 steps here, the rejections down here, that to me is a manipulating down to achieve accumulation from the lowest point. Yeah, I will. We the long wicks and the continued momentum really shows me that they've been trying hard, especially with the 50 EMA being here. We'll see it more clearly on the 4 hour. Like, this has been hard work pushing the price down. That's been manipulated down. I don't believe they have more to gun for here. So I will expect us to set a higher low and change the pattern from here on. I believe this is actually the higher low. So also, if we take a Fibonacci trend line, well, it has been pushing, and we have broken it. Now, this trend line can be a little bit more telling on the daily. So to me, that has been broken and retested, and around the 50. This is, and we have remained in the bullish control zone of the RSI. This looks strong. This looks like very, very strong manipulation for a push upwards. And the macro being bullish, the narrative with a new president, the quick stochastics have retested and coming up. This has been stepping down. We are at the 50. Like, this looks so strong to me. Looks so strong. The 1 hour, we are above the 50 EMA. The EMA is in a bullish trend. This higher low was a wick below. I'm not saying we cannot come into this area. It will be very likely to see us retest this bullish order block. But I'll be looking for, maybe not today, but certainly next week, looking at previous week high and continuing a bullish structure. We might front run a lot today and have an ultra green day. Markets being closed Monday for the inauguration. Not too much gonna happen there. Tuesday, I expect us to see a massive green dildo, and I could see us taking out all of those levels on Tuesday. Not saying it's gonna happen, but I'll be very surprised if we don't see a new all-time high on Nasdaq within January. That brings us on to Tesla. Well, if any stock is influenced with what is going on in the politics now in the USA, it's Tesla. Elon Musk being a close ally to Elon Musk in this election, getting a lot of credit for him actually being elected. That looks strong. TikTok being banned from Sunday in USA, and Elon Musk apparently being in negotiations with buying it. There's a lot of potential to be long on Tesla. I don't think Tesla will be the owner of TikTok, but the narrative will be the same. I see on the 4 hour, I see a bit of the same as on Nasdaq. We have a trend line break, retest, and we are pushing up. We have a new trend as support, carrying us above the 50. RSI is slowly moving up. We have bullish momentum. The slow stochastic on the 4 hour has completely reset and turned bullish. We are having wicks up with the fast stochastic giving us small tops, while we have the slow and the second slowest stochastic moving up. This tells me that this is a strong, new, durable trend being built, and that's probably going to carry us pretty much the same story as the Nasdaq. And I see the story on stocks like Tesla, Nvidia, and Palantir telling it all a little bit the same, and they are what's going to carry the Nasdaq to new all-time highs. It's not going to be the Nasdaq flying, pulling everything. It's going to be the focus on single stocks pushing the Nasdaq to the new all-time highs. I think a lot of that money flow is going to be into Tesla. We have made a 4-hour change of character with a candle close, very strong bullish sign. We are building new structure. It looks like a higher low that has been formed here. I would expect a sweep, and I'm actually putting my money on that today. I am expecting a BOS, break of structure, to be formed here on the 4-hour with a candle close above this, and basically starting a continuation pattern like this. This will accelerate. Now, we are probably going to get a little bit of a reaction off of this order block. So when market opens, I am going to await the first 30 minutes and I'm going to enter a long, if I don't see anything too scandalous, with the target up here for Tesla. And there I will consider where I should have my stop loss if I should expect support here before continuation for new all-time highs and higher levels. So Tesla also looking mega strong. The macro, the narrative tells a story, and the TA supports that story. So very, very, very strong bullish indication here. The 1 hour has turned into the bullish control zone. Where was the 4 hour? It was not quite there. It just got a rejection from where it should flip. So, yeah, I would expect it to break into that today. That's Tesla. Nvidia. We see a little bit of the same story. First off the bat, we have a starting bullish trend on the RSI. We still have a bearish trend on daily on the slow stochastic. The fast stochastic is ready to bounce. The other ones are collecting down here. It shows that the bearish momentum is close to being done, if it is not done. RSI is looking like it wants to flip bullish, but not being exuberant yet. If we flip down to the 4 hour, we are sitting very, very close to our 50 EMA, and it's looking for direction. Let me see if I can see anything super interesting on the RSI. I don't as such, but we're struggling with the 50 line. I was looking if we have hidden bullish divergence. We have a very weak hidden bullish divergence here with a slope up here, and we have flat double bottom here. That is hidden bullish momentum, but hidden bullish divergence, but it is played out, I would say. I see nothing else as such over here. So it also looks like it created a low here, and it's been consolidating, putting in strong low here. It looks it looks solid and strong, but there is not the strong indication that it's gonna break. Previous day high on the 4 hour here is a top to look for. Break of that would create a change of, we have created a change of character, so that will be a BOS and a continuation. We have this bearish order block and swing high up here. That is to look out for. I have old stochastic Fibonacci extension levels here. The 1.618 seeing 189 could be super interesting, and with what I would look for if we break above here. Yeah, it looks bullish, but it doesn't look explosive, and I could be inclined to trade it since we're sitting low in the range. Let me try to put on fixed range volume profile. Will probably be from here. Oh, look at that. Let me see. Yeah, so when we put the fixed range volume profile in here, we have faced rejection, and the previous day high is off of the value area high. At first, I would like to see a 4 hour break above the 50 EMA and holding this area. And Palantir telling the sort of the same story. We have a little bit of rounded bottom in this area on a previous order block. It looks like a very strong accumulation in this area. We are fighting the 50 EMA. A break above this, and it should be ready to go. Slow stochastic, looking bullish. We have had the fastest stochastic retracing, and the RSI showing trendline breakout, small retest. We might get a little bit of a deeper retest on this before continuing up. Again, Palantir, I would not trade right now on what I see here, but I'm bringing it along into this as with NVIDIA and Tesla. It tells a story of that supports the narrative I'm looking at on NASDAQ. And that was it for now. Enjoy your trading and trade safe.
From the kitchen to Wall Street, hustle. A new game, new rules, ready to tussle. It's a raven's flight from pots to trade. A new life, choice we all made. On the move, the looking back in fright. From cooking meals to betting all day and night.